Mum came home and she bought this at an op shop. It's like $5. May or may not be fake, but I did open it up to clean it up and everything, because this shit's donated and whatever. This is Adrian Brody. He was in King Kong. And it has a certificate of authentication. I cannot testify as to whether or not this certificate is authentic, but it makes claim that it is, and it's cute, at least. It doesn't seem like it's a printed thing, like where they've printed it with the signature attached, because there is enough... I don't think you can really see it because it's on a video. There's enough shimmer and shine on the actual signature, and I've looked up different signatures that he's done, and it's like there's no complete correlation except for minor sequences. The B is the main big throw-off for me, but everything else looks almost pretty good. But either way, if it is legit, then I have a real autograph of Adrian Brody. It came with the frame. If it's fake, then it's a very fucking fun fake, because it's like an almost exceptionally sensual image, because it's like, you know, male model like stuff, but then it's like, oh yeah, he's the guy from King Kong. It's so stupid, I love it. Yeah, you know, one of those things. You know, just some days you just gotta laugh at the stupidity of the world. Now, of course, yeah, of course. Now, I'm used to a lot of modern signatures where it's like the Beckett authentication. There's a little sticker on it. This one just had like a big printout piece of paper, like you give certificates to children when they've done something good in life, I guess, in prep, in grade school or whatever the fuck. So... yeah, it just was one of those. It has like a number on it and someone's signature saying President something or other, but I've looked them up and like the only president that exists under that name is either an American president who died in the 80s or the mayor of Tasmania who died in like the 50s or some shit. So, yeah. I don't know, the company, it said like 5-star celebrity images or something, so it seems as dodgy as you could get, but hey, it's just a cool gimmick. I don't know, I'll probably hang it in my room, and people will be like, oh shit, you got an Adrian Brody signature. I'll be like, yeah, I know, and they'll be like, oh, did you meet him? I'll be like, got an op shop? Which is my mum's main thing of like, well, people donate this stuff, so it could be real. I'm like... I think she's just hopeful that it is. I'm not gonna like send it in to like one of those authenticators to get to like see if it's legit or not, because I can't be fucked, dude. It's like, why pay $50 to like check if it's fake when it's like, hey, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Who gives a shit? He was in King Kong. Anyway, I actually did get mail today, and I went to JB Hi-Fi because they had a sale on, which is again my curse, where I will go to JB Hi-Fi, as you saw in the earlier half of this video, and I will buy some stuff and spend like over $100, and then 3 days later there's a 20% off sale or whatever, and it really annoys me. But this time I cheated the system. I had put in an order for IMPRINT. I cancelled that order. Luckily the people out there are forgiving. I don't know, I'm allowed to cancel an order if they haven't fucking shipped it, because one of the things, Storm Center hadn't been released yet, so I'll just get that another day. So I went to JB today after work and was able to pick all the stuff up. Luckily I was able to put in an order through, so they were actually able to pick it for me, because by the time I got there, all this stuff was gone from the shelves. So we start off with Secret of the Incas. My dad had a bootleg DVD of this that he literally got this year. This is imprint number 154. Insane. It's a Charlton Heston film. It's very Indiana Jones. I was going to say rip-off and inspired, but that's both the same thing. No, this inspired Indiana Jones, at least costuming and kind of style to some degree, despite, you know, Indiana Jones being a George Lucas thing, obviously inspired by a fuck ton of other things. Yeah. It's not bad. I haven't looked at any of these yet. I was going to watch one of them today, but football was on and they were yelling, and I wasn't in the mood. I'm too tired. The artwork on the inside is really interesting, because it's like this. I've never seen this artwork before. I've only seen this artwork. So that's the same artwork on my dad's bootleg. So it's like, It's interesting, to say the least. Got the Scarlet Hour. I don't know, because it looked, give me a good title of a noir. Fuck knows if I'll watch it. But, I like noirs to some degree. I don't know. Noir's a genre that's like, it's like the Western for me. It's like, I can only get into particular films. I mean, I've never not enjoyed a noir. It's just, it's not exactly a genre I will just, like, chuck on, That's why I haven't got any of those noir box sets that Imprint's done. Which, they're essential noirs, because, I don't know, I feel like their essential noirs are the same as, like, Arrow Video's essential giallos. It's just a bunch of, like, films of the genre that nobody really knows, or some people might know this one or that one, but realistically, they're just kind of moderate to decent. Maybe, I don't know, it's like that Columbia noir set I got, which was just Humphrey Bogart films, and one of them he didn't star in, but he was his production company, but the rest he starred in, and it's like, like Tokyo Joe and shit like that, and it's like, I could find those elsewhere, but I got them in a set because I like Bogart. And I still haven't even seen a lot of Bogart films. I've seen Casablanca, sure, but I haven't seen a lot of his films. I guess I'm more of a neo-noir person, more modern stuff, say like from Blade Runner onwards and whatever. Yeah, I guess I'm more of a neo-noir kind of person. I do like neo-noirs a lot. Still, got this one, which was actually posted on the Imprint page, the Facebook page, because someone was like, oh, this was at this particular location, if anyone wanted to get it. And I was like, oh, I've already bought that, because that was like, I'd saw the post while I was having my lunch, like half an hour after I bought it. It was wrapped in a specific kind of plastic, like a plastic bag, so obviously it had kind of come in damaged, because this is the original kind of material, because this is not very cheap to buy, but I got it on sale, and it wasn't even really meant to be there in store. Realistically, I think, my nose is really itchy, it was damaged, so you can kind of, I don't think you can see it because the focus isn't going to focus. Okay, so the title for the imprint is obviously being sticky taped. There's also a minor dent on the front, just down here. Minor scratches, I guess. It's usually fine. It's basically just that this was obviously torn off, and they've literally sticky taped it and then rewrapped it, which I'm fine with, because, why not? And the fact that I saw it said imprint number 7, and I'm like, oh fuck, that's probably worth something. I looked it up, and I couldn't find it anywhere. There was like some like Kino release or some shit. And I'm like, look, knowing me, I'm not really going to buy these and resell them. It's not really my jam, so I figure, and it sounded like an interesting film. It's one of those early imprints that's actually like a highly rated film for the most part, so I figured, fuck it, alright, let's buy it. It's on sale, why not? And I'm really interested to look into it whenever the fuck I get around to it. But I think it's like one of 2 imprint titles that I have with those original slipcovers that aren't like them, like matte finishes, not glossy. I think the other one was the When Worlds Collide, and that was the first imprint I got. Probably wasn't the first imprint I got, but it was one of the first ones I got. I think The Day of the Locust was the first one I got. Got this one, On the Beach, which is a classic Australian film, technically, because it actually was filmed in Australia. It's a very, very nice box with some fun artwork as well. Title on the top. Seeing this in person, it's a lot. It's just kind of really fucking nice, because it actually comes with a few things. It's the film On the Beach, which has a fantastic cast to it. Also has a buttload of special features. So you got Gregory Peck, Ava Gardner, Fred Astaire, Anthony Perkins. I've heard of mostly all of those people. And you got a bunch of stuff from a lot of audio commentaries, a lot of even newsreels and stuff, all the stuff, because it was a big deal in Melbourne, where it was shot, where I live, for these people to come here, and this is back in 1959, so I clearly was not alive, but yeah, and it's one of those classic, it's basically an apocalypse movie, where the world has already basically ended, which, the Imprint has quite a few of those. There's like 5. They're doing a lot more in one of their next runs or something. There's a lot of those films. So I like those. Like I feel like it's like the contrast to like the either invaders from space or the humanity use technology so much that my nose is really itchy that we now have giant bugs and shit. And this is like the ultimate contrast to like the Quiet Earth, where it's just the world. I mean, the Quiet Earth doesn't exactly stipulate it was nuclear war or anything. It's just that everyone's just fucking vanished, much like the Last Man on Earth and stuff like that, where it's that style of film. Except this one specifically, nuclear wars basically devastated the whole entire Earth and whatever. So this is your booklet that it comes with. This booklet is interesting because it's just images. Like, that's it. It's artwork and images. I'll try to show this off. And it's really nice. It's a good paperback quality. You get all these character images. It's just, yeah, just images upon images. I'm sorry if my hand's in the way of a lot of them. But yeah, I won't go too much into it, but there is a good array of images, sketches, and all this character stuff. And it's all just behind the scenes stuff. You get even different costumings and stuff. You get to a point where, more costumes, you get a behind the scenes. Even though realistically the whole thing is behind the scenes. This is at Frankston Station. Like, my god, these are places that like don't even like exist anymore. Lonsdale Street in Melbourne, the Canadian Bay, Mornington Peninsula. I've been to these places. It's insane. Swanston Street, just on location. It's a unique thing to some degree, because especially like, I know in America and the UK and stuff, you get a lot of movies being shot and whatever, a lot of different TV shows, and it becomes much of a tourist thing, like how in Australia the Neighbours set is a big tourist thing. Not anymore, that show's actually ended. But it's just such a unique thing to see this stuff. Melbourne Showgrounds even, God, and Berwick, Phillip Island, God, they went all over the place. Queen Victoria Hospital. That's the one that my dad was like, that place doesn't even exist anymore. Yes, and the book that inspired them. You get one of those classics. If you never see another motion picture in your life, you must see On the Beach. You know, go see the movie that is like pessimistic as shit. And then you get some more like movie posters and stuff. So, really nice booklet. I know it's not like oh god, Jesus Christ. I know it's one of those booklets that's like not like heavy essays or anything, but I kind of dig it. You know, it's a nice quality paper, interesting production stills, all this kind of stuff. Obviously, you get your little cardboard backing, which gives you all the details, and of course, the second thing in it, well, I guess the third thing, because the booklet is Fallout, which is like a making of documentary in a way, talking about the film, talking about the guys. What does it say? A fascinating exploration into Fallout is the first film on the work of British novelist Neville Shute, famous for his international bestsellers A Town Like Alice and On the Beach. A fascinating exploration into his life and influences, Fallout focuses on the writing of On the Beach and goes behind the scenes on Stanley Kramer's famous Hollywood film starring Ava Gardner and Gregory Peck, which was shot in Australia in 1959. Fallout is directed by award-winning director Lawrence Johnston. So, yeah, it's a documentary. Never hurts, you know. You want more special features for On the Beach? How about literally all of them? It's great. I'm keen as hell to watch this film. I was going to watch it tonight. I usually know when it's a bad night to watch a movie. Usually I'm tired as shit, but I could put something on. I watched The Man from Planet X last night. It was pretty fun. It's not an amazing film, but one of those, you know, classic B-movie sci-fis. The other one I was thinking of was called like the something monster or whatever. That was in it's the ape with the helmet on. It was like a skeleton head. Space Monster, I think it's called, or something. Not easy to find. I could probably get a shitty DVD version like I did for the Atomic Woman, or the 50 Foot Woman. But yeah, that one I'm still interested in. But the Man from Planet X was pretty interesting. I think the character was goofy as shit, but one of those classic things. If you watch the Looney Tunes Back in Action thing and you realize, wow, Joe Dante knew what the fuck he was doing, because the character was perfectly portrayed in that movie. Not to mention how all the sound effects and stuff, and how they just put popcorn into his chest basically, because it was like a it was like an oxygen machine, whatever the fuck. And what was the other one? The Metaluna mutant. So I love the fact that they're like, oh, you know this Metaluna mutant, how cool it is? What if like we made his eyes go whoo? It's freaky deaky, and I love it. It's the best part of that whole movie, which is saying a lot because it's a pretty decent film. I also bought this today. I actually picked this one up. I just found it on the shelf. I don't have many John Wayne films. There's not really much to show off in terms of, it's just like a standard Blu-ray case. Sometimes I just hate having these little cardboard sleeves. I do have El Dorado on Blu-ray, so yeah. I don't know if it has any special features. It does, doesn't really tell you. Tells you about the anamorphic and what the audio, basically tells you what the English and the audio and visual stuffs are, and also, some details about BD50, BD25, their sons of Katie Elder. That's concerning because it's a 2-hour film. BD50 and BD50, that's not bad. So there might be some, potentially, but yeah, no real disc art. At least it has titles, and they're all, big titles and whatever. I know that True Grit is like probably Wayne's most famous film, not his best. Depends on who you ask as to what his best is. Personally, me and Dad both believe it's The Shootist, but to each their own. But yeah, I haven't seen a lot of these films, so I figured, hey, I don't have them on Blu-ray. I have most of them on DVD, and it's not even me who has them. It's basically just Dad. So I'm like, sure, And it was like $50 for the set, but then also it was on sale. So for $50, I got that plus the imprint title. Actually, it was like $49.86 or some bullshit. So I'm like, I basically got like, what's that? 5 films. I basically got 6 films for $50. How cool is that? I love when that happens. I also, as a last one from JB, got Men. I didn't get to see this one in cinema. It doesn't have any special features outside of Rebirth, the making of Men. I like how they stuck with this poster. I do like this poster artwork. I do like the director's other works. So I was really excited to see this one, and every time me and my mate had planned to see it, either he was sick, then I had the flu, and then he had COVID, and then I had COVID, and then we couldn't find a time to go see it. So I bought the Blu-ray for $24, because again, on sale. And I'll just watch it. I'm happy to at least buy it and watch it, because that's basically what I've done for every Alex Garland film. Netflix for Annihilation, and I bought the 4K since then, and it's spectacular. Ex Machina or Machina was, I think I had the DVD of that, because I'd heard it was really good. That was like 2016, 2017 period. Did I buy a Blu-ray? I don't think I ever bought a standard Blu-ray. I got like a Steelbook of it, and then I bought a big $800 pack of Steelbooks, and it came with that one, so it was the exact same Steelbook I already had, except it was mint and my one wasn't, so I sold off my one, which wasn't mint, and that one sold off pretty quickly, so I was able to just open my one that was mint, and I can use that one instead, which was actually the British one, whereas the other one was German. They were identical, it was just a different disc, so the one I sold went straight for like the German titles and everything, but it was like you could easily change it easily. It wasn't difficult. But I also got like the Mondo Steelbook, and now there's a 4K UHD Steelbook, so I'm getting that as well. Yeah, I obviously missed out on getting Annihilation on Steelbook, which I fucking hate because it's such a gorgeous Steelbook. And didn't he also do Alex Garland? Who did I say? I don't know. I get 2 of them confused. Is he the same guy who did Devs? I'm pretty sure he's the same guy who did Devs. I like Devs. No one really talks about devs. I don't know. I like the actress as like Sonoya Mitsako or something, some shit like that. I don't know. I can never remember her name, but I always see her face. I'm like, she's in like La La Land, she's in Ex Machina, she's in Devs. She's now in House of the Dragon with a weird kind of French accent. It's bizarre, and I kind of hate it, but I'm also like, hey, I kind of like the actress a lot, even though I don't really think she's an amazing actress. It's just one of those things of I'm like, hey, it's that chick. I know that chick. She's like in La La Land for like 5 minutes, and she doesn't say anything. She just kind of sings and dances. She's one of those in the the four people with Emma Stone, and she's like in the yellow dress. I didn't even know it was her for like the first 7 watches of that movie. Anyway, last but not least, we got The Last Crusade. See what I did there? Last. It's not the last movie, but I have ordered the 4th one. This one has some spot gloss, which is nice on the title and on his frames. Always fucking nice. You get your Grail, which is nice. Obviously, it does come with your J card, which actually was stuck on. How bullshit is that? I mean, I love that it's a matte finish, but all the other ones have just slid off like there's no tomorrow. This one's like, nah, we're gonna stick it on. So you get, obviously, your bland as shit artwork for the discs, aka no artwork. The artwork on the inside is the two sitting back to back in the castle. You know which scene it is. It's the exact same image that they use in the other Steelbook. And of course, you get a poster, which is great. I made a joke about how it's almost Father's Day, and this is like the man with the hat is back. And this time he's bringing his dad. What a great Father's Day movie this could have been. Anyway, but yeah, that's the whole kick and caboodle. I'm away for the next like 5 days, so whatever comes in mail-wise. I mean, I might have the Madman set coming in tomorrow. It's rare. Like, the Australia Post app is like, oh, the Madman set's gonna come in tomorrow. It's not gonna fucking come in tomorrow. It could. It's just coming from like an hour and a half away, but there's no way in hell. It's gonna have to go through 2 different depots to get here. It's not gonna get here tomorrow. And I kind of don't want it to, but I'd like it to, because people are home. And if people are home, that means that they can get it and just bring it inside, and I can be like, great. And if I'm home, that's even better. I can check it, make sure it's good, and then I can go to my partner's place and do the whole weekend thing. But yeah, because I'm really keen to watch Mad Men. Anyway, so that's all. Thanks for watching. I am going to sleep for the next 12 hours because I'm fucking tired. But this was like good therapy though, to go to JV. There was like, I feel like I was a part of a zombie crowd. It was bizarre. There's a bunch of us just standing there, just looking at the shelves. I had like the 2 in my hand already. I basically only bought the 2, the John Wayne collection and the imprint title, because I had the others. I knew that they were waiting in a different room for me. I'm like, I'll go check the Blu-ray section first, and then I'll go there. And I almost picked up the Avatar Blu-ray set, but I've noticed that they've changed the name of Avatar: Legend of Aang rather than The Last Airbender, which pisses me off. I understand because the Korra series exists, and I do like the Korra series a lot, but I'm not going to do that to myself. I'd probably just buy the 2 with that shared imagery of them in their avatar states. I'd probably prefer to do that if I wanted to buy them, but I don't even know how I watched Korra, I will be honest. I think we bought a box set, the DVD box set. Yeah, we got the DVD box sets of all 3. As in, like, the original show and then the Korra show. Yeah, anyway, I think there was something else I was thinking of getting. Right, the Hitchcock collection, the Volume 2 for the 4Ks. But I have, like, this with Saboteur and Trouble with Harry and stuff. I have them already on Blu-ray. I haven't even watched them, so I'll just stick with the Blu-rays I have, even if the 4Ks are the best they've ever looked. So, yeah, that's it for now. See ya next time. Adios.